What's up everybody, and welcome to part 3 of planting my garden. Now admittedly, some time has passed since I planted the plants in the first 2 videos. You can already see that the big beef have grown quite a bit. I've already had to prune them, and the cucumbers are already starting to climb the chicken wire fence. We have been very blessed that the garden center has just been booming, and there's just not been a lot of time to, well, work in the garden. So, alright, with no further ado, let's get our squash, zucchini, peppers, cantaloupes, and watermelons planted in these raised beds. And right before I begin, go ahead and smash the like button, hit the subscribe and notification bell so you can get updates about every time we release a new video. Let's get started. So last year, this is the very bed that I grew my watermelons in. This year, I'm going to plant cantaloupes. The reason I do that is I like to change it up a bit. I don't like growing the same plants in the same beds in the same spot every year. I think the garden actually does better if you just kind of switch it up and plant maybe watermelons one year where you plant tomatoes, and plant your tomatoes where you planted your peppers. I just find that the plants do better and are less likely to get disease. Okay, so this year I've decided to plant Athena cantaloupe. Last year I did Burpee hybrid. They were delicious. I really love Athenas too. Let's plant these this year. Now, I like to space my cantaloupe plants out, I'd say a good foot apart. Some people would say that's too close, but I plan on giving these some really rich soil and keeping up with the watering, so they should be fine. Okay, all done with the cantaloupes, and you can see I strategically planted them on the edge of this bed so they could run out onto the ground in this prepared area like I did last year. Now, if you want to see that video of how my watermelons and cantaloupes turned out last year, it's called Growing Watermelons and Cantaloupes in Raised Beds. Just search for it. You'll be able to find it on our channel. It turned out great. Okay, now for the watermelons. I'm going to be growing Sugar Baby and a seedless watermelon. So the key to growing seedless watermelons is you have to have a pollinator. So I'm pairing Sugar Baby with seedless. I think I've got 5 or 6 seedless watermelons, and I've got a couple Sugar Babies. That's all you need for pollination. I did this last year. It turned out great. Let's do it again this year. Okay, I got my watermelons planted, again, about a foot apart. And just keep in mind, if you're trying to grow watermelons in a traditional garden, that they love lots of water, but well-drained soil. Also keep in mind that watermelon vines and cantaloupe vines grow very large, and the only reason I'm able to grow them in raised beds is because I'm going to allow them to climb down the side of the raised bed, grow out onto the ground, and the actual watermelons and cantaloupes are going to grow out here. I've reserved this bed here just for squash and zucchini. I actually might plant on the end a pepper or tomato, something, but primarily this is going to be for squash and zucchini. So if you're new to gardening, squash and zucchini plants can grow very large. You got to leave a lot of space. They can grow several feet wide and tall. So for that reason, I'm planting my squash and zucchini in a zigzag pattern. That way it leaves enough room for them to grow. And yes, I'm planting my squash and zucchini together. I've never had issues with them cross-pollinating and creating some type of squash zini. Okay, and last but definitely not least, I'm going to be planting some peppers. I'm going to be planting some cayenne as a good old-fashioned hot pepper to eat with meals. I'm going to be planting as a novelty. I might do a video of me trying one if I'm feeling up to it. I don't know yet, but Trinidad scorpion, ghost pepper, and yes, The hottest pepper in the world, the Carolina Reaper. Drop a comment down below if you want to see me eat one of these when these start producing. I'm also going to plant my favorite bell pepper, the giant Marconi. If you love stir frying, you know, whatever, I don't care what you're doing, grilling, these peppers are awesome. They have like a smoky flavor and they produce like crazy. I'm only going to plant one, and you watch, at the end of the season, this thing will be hanging full of peppers.